Hi Taurus, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are looking at Valentine's Day energy, okay? I will be looking at just sort of some general stuff as well, see what's going on for you. Please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you are subscribed so you can keep up to date with all our shadow work readings. There was one just uploaded yesterday, which is why the earth signs are running a day late this week. So sorry about that delay, but we did have that shadow work reading for the full moon. So that means that, today, obviously, Valentine's Day, perfect day to be looking at the Valentine's Day energy for you. Okay, Taurus. This week I am using the Telepathy Oracle cards. I do also have the Origami Lenormand. When we move into the Valentine's Day energy itself, we have the True Love Oracle, the Soul Connection when two hearts meet Love Oracle there. And I am also using this particular Lenormand deck this week as well. This is Titania's Fortune cards. I don't normally use this deck in the readings here on YouTube, but I am using it this week. It is my personal deck, so it's the deck that I've, actually learnt on and all that sort of stuff as well. So I thought I'd share the love for Valentine's Day week with you all. But getting into it for you, Taurus. Okay, Taurus, what's going on for Taurus? What does Taurus need to know right now? Taurus, what does Taurus need to know right now, please? Feelings. Take the time to explore the deep emotions that you are experiencing. So making sure we are actually paying attention to our feelings this week, Taurus, the good and the bad. All right, so those emotions are there for a reason. They may be quite deep and intense this week. I do feel as though for some of you there is some stuff coming up from a very deep place within you at the moment, and that's why we are a little bit emotional this week, but we'll have a look and see if we can get a little bit deeper into that for you. Taurus, what's going on for Taurus this week? What does Taurus need to know right now? I will clarify the why as we move forward. Firstly, we have the dog energy, Taurus. Okay, so we do see friendships. That is a card of friendships. It talks about loyalty, people that are understanding and compassionate, people that support you, your support network. Okay, and I'm definitely feeling that it is more your support network in general rather than one specific person, because the next card we do have is the Garden. Okay, so the garden is, a much more social, public sort of space. It's somewhere where we meet up with friends and spend time with people, go out to public places, go to events, invited along to things with friends and things like that. So I do feel for quite a lot of you, there may be some strong feelings coming up for you to do with, an event with a group of friends or, some sort of social thing going on within your group of friends. It may be, really, really looking at, are they actually compassionate, understanding, supportive in the same way that you are for them? Maybe a bit of an issue for some of you here. We do have the clouds coming through. Okay, as well. So it does just sort of show us that you're probably feeling a little bit confused, maybe a little bit of anxiety around this social group, and this group, this social group, it can be, platonic in any way, shape, or form group. It could be a family grouping as well. For some of you, it's just talking about, those companions that you choose to spend your time with. And, for some of you, there may be a specific event that's happening for you at the moment with a group of friends. So you might, even if that's just, a bunch of you meeting up for coffee or something along those lines, or, running into, because it does feel more along the line of, acquaintances. So I'm getting acquaintances coming through here, as well as, those people that are, it's kind of with the clouds there, it's maybe you thinking a little bit more about the difference between the people that are truly supportive of you, and then, the people that are in your friendship group but are more actually just acquaintances, because they may not be the ones that you can call on, for that support and understanding when you need it. So it's just heavy in your thoughts at the moment more than anything. You kind of probably overthinking things a little bit here. Some of you, I'm picking up that you're kind of, it's a little bit of exasperation that there isn't a greater sort of friendship group here for you. You may only have like one or two close friends, and you may actually be, sort of craving a bigger grouping of people around you here. But I just want to sort of see why this is coming up for you. I do see that you probably are in a bit of a confused state about something to do with this social group, this friendship group. Why are we seeing this of importance for Taurus at the moment? It does seem to be, stability seems to be a heavy theme here. Your security and stability within this group. We have the house and then the letter. So there may be something specifically being communicated to you that has sort of thrown you into, doubt and concern and confusion, a little bit of anxiety over this friendship grouping. Maybe it's just even, the way that people are speaking to each other, or the lack of communication. But it seems to be this house energy. You really thinking about, your placement within that grouping, and, are you, does it feel like a stable, secure place for you to, feel supported and feel as though these people understand you? So I just think it's just heavy in your thoughts this week, Taurus. And, with that feelings card there, taking the time to explore the deep emotions you are experiencing. So if you are experiencing doubt about certain people within these social groupings, or certain relationships within these groupings, because I'm just picking up that for at least one of you, there is this niggling, because looking at the hidden energy here, we've got the ring, the sun, and the anchor. So once again, we're seeing the security aspect, the dependability there with that anchor. But, we do see a relationship being brought to light here, or some sort of pattern being brought to light here within this social group. So it's kind of bringing, for one or two of you, there may be an issue where, it's being communicated, or coming to light in some way, that certain people within the group have different kinds of relationships than what you may have with the group. So like it's that energy of, like concerns that two people are, talking behind people's backs, or, not being fully trustworthy to the rest of the group. It's kind of giving those vibes of, like people pairing off and doing things, outside of the group, without the group's best interests in mind here. Like they're, like I said, talking behind people's backs, or they're, there may even be like an actual relationship, someone pairing up. Like it feels like people pairing up and separating from the group as a whole. So the group itself, and it feels like people are sort of, picking favorites and pairing up in amongst the group and splitting off. So there may just be some things like that going on, and it's kind of just leaving you sort of questioning the stability of the group around you, and whether that is actually, going to be supportive enough for you, for what you're I keep getting the word craving from your supportive friends and things like that. So it just seems to be, it doesn't seem to be anything negative or positive, one way or another, to be completely honest here. It just seems to be just heavy on your thought. Like maybe it's more to do with your concerns and your doubts at the moment, Taurus. That there's something going on in the friendship group that you're not necessarily aware of, but with that hidden energy, it is coming to light, and it is going to be, spoken about or communicated in some way, that these concerns, it's going to be, addressed in some kind of a way. Okay, so if you are having strong feelings and thoughts about what's going on with your friendship group at the moment, it will come to light in some way. All right, but having a look at the Valentine's Day energy for you, Taurus. Taurus, what's going on with Taurus for the Valentine's Day energy this week? Valentine's Day energy around Taurus this week. Interesting. We are seeing emotional freedom as well as commitment. Okay, so, once again, a little side note back to that feelings card, once again here, that you do have the emotional freedom at the moment to, be completely honest and open about, what you are actually feeling here. And if you are, feeling left out or set aside or anything like that within your friendship groupings and your relationships as well, you do have this emotional freedom at the moment to, openly express yourself. So that's definitely coming through for you here, and doing so is actually increasing people's commitment to you, Taurus, and I feel as though that will actually work in your favor, to express your emotions just a little bit more this week, Taurus. Commit to assessing your emotions, exploring those emotions, and being honest about them, not only to yourself but to the people that you care about. Being honest about those emotions, that are popping up for you this week. If you are, concerned about something, bring it up, address the issue. Okay, it's definitely a good week for you to be, expressing yourself honestly. It will, resolve in higher levels of commitment for you. And obviously for some of you, yeah, you are, that's the concern. It's the security. It's people's, level of commitment to you. Are you committed to my friendship as much as I'm committed to your friendship? Like, is this going both ways, and addressing these issues that you may have here? Okay, Taurus. Valentine's Day energy for our Taurus. What's going on for Taurus with Valentine's Day energy this week? So not really getting a lot coming through to do with love for you. It does seem to be very focused on these platonic relationships this week. We do have the spiritual card coming through there. Your spiritual journey is beginning. So yeah, you are just sort of starting to feel and trust your feelings and your emotions, and developing that journey, and starting that journey where you're using those to develop yourself further in this world. We do also have clarity, and you trusting your intuition to develop clarity for yourself. Take time to think about your situations to gain clarity. So we definitely are seeing some sort of something being revealed to you, something clarifying to you within those groupings this week. But I do want to ask a little bit more specifically about love here for you, Taurus. Valentine's Day is not just the friends that we love, but we want to see if there's any romance on the cards for you as well, Taurus. Anything else Taurus needs to know in regard to Valentine's Day energy? Specifically, any potential connection, romantic connections for Taurus with Valentine's Day? Definitely. But once again, it is referring back to, what we've just seen already. And your card being prominent here as well. So, not only in your platonic relationships are you focusing on finding a sense of self and stability and security in those relationships, but just within romance and within yourself, within your whole entire life. I feel like clearing this up within your platonic relationships is actually affecting, all different types of relationships in your life. We do have the ring coming through first of all, which is your card here, Taurus. But once again, pointing back to, all the relationships in your life, looking back at, cycles and patterns. I feel like for some of you, there is some sort of cycle or pattern that this is why this unease is coming through for you in regard to these platonic relationships, because, maybe you're looking at something that's going on within your friendship group and you're going, I've seen this before. I know exactly what happens. So and so is doing this, and then that leads to this. I've seen this pattern before. I know these people well enough to know where this goes from here. What this cycle sort of, we're just going around in a loop at this sort of stage. But it is affecting all the relationships around you here, Taurus, not just the platonic. Okay, so whatever's going on in the platonic relationships, that's actually, it's got a bit of a flow-on effect to the other relationships around you as well. We do have the house coming through once again, so we really are looking for stability in those relationships and stabilizing those patterns, being secure within our own placement, within our family groupings, our friendship groupings, because what else is all of those things, friends, family, romantic partners, they're all part of our family, right? They're all part of what makes us feel like, safe and secure and, safe in our home, so they are kind of like our home in a greater sense, those relationships. So they all play into those feelings of security within our place in the world, within our own little safety bubble. Okay, so they are playing off each other here as well. And we also see it is actually, affecting, your feelings of abundance here with the fish. For some of you, it is pointing specifically to a Gemini, a relationship with a Gemini maybe being affected here. But this can also point to water sign energy as well. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. All right. So there may be some connections within your groupings, within those placements that are the ones being most affected by this energy with you here. I just want to clarify that fish energy because it does just sort of feel like abundance, but I just want to double check we're not affecting, work and money as well. No, the dog clarifying that fish. So, the wealth of what we're receiving and from our friendships, the feelings of wealth within those relationships and friendships, and the abundance of loyalty, the abundance of support being offered to us. So once again, yeah, it's just going back over the same thing here. So for those of you who are in specific love connections, they are starting to get affected by this other stuff going on here. But when it comes to, I have asked specifically, and it's given us a reiteration of the exact same message. So when those sorts of things do happen, it does show us that this thing going on within your platonic relationships, your friendship groups, is not only affecting those other relationships, but it's taking priority at the moment over love. Okay, so that tells us that, because if there was something important going on with love, that would be what we were seeing. We're not. So no news is good news in that sort of a sense. Okay, so if you are looking at specific connections here, it's kind of, no news is good news. It's not good news, but it's not bad news either. All right, this is taking precedence through your energy at the moment. Okay, but you are more than welcome to check your other placements. Make sure you go back and check that shadow work reading from yesterday, very in-depth one this month. So make sure you do check that one out. And I will see you all again soon.